have an extra special treat for you today. Depending on how much patience my cat has, we'll see if she wants to stick around this time. I have Miso sitting right here with me tonight during the stream, and unfortunately, sometimes this might mean I'm doing things kind of like one-handed here. I'm having to use my display toggle to move around between my various screens. I apologize for the hand, but it was the only way that I could figure out how to have everyone in here. Here's my beautiful cat Miso. I apologize for being a human being and having a dirty house. But it is what it is. Woo! Forgot how So yeah, you will get to see my cat lovingly, hopefully playing with my arm. This is what she always does. Typical Miso behavior. Forgot that I have a third audio here. Let me turn this down so it doesn't catch too much noise. There we go. Completely forgot that because of the video device, there's a third audio. Still getting used to having it. Here we go. Alright. Hopefully that's high enough. Let me actually see if I can put it up a little bit higher. Hey, Lychee. I think I need to raise my mic up just a little bit higher. My apologies, guys. Not my mic, my camera, so you guys can see my beautiful, adorable cat, Miso. I mean, look how cute she's being right now. Look at this. Am I? Okay. Let me change my mic. Okay. Let me bring mine up a bit. Oh, let me see which one it's using. I forgot that. Alright, does this sound okay? I have two electronic devices close to each other, and sometimes that causes a little interference. Is that better? If I have to, I can switch to my, other one, which I prefer not to use, but I can use it. Hopefully this is better. Okay, cool. Thanks, guys. I keep forgetting that the mic doesn't have, like I have to turn on the Omni if I want it on. Miso, what you doing? Yeah. She's like, let me sleep. You guys get a Miso cam today. Yeah. I'm not drawing the way I'm supposed to be. Like, I know I'm supposed to be using my entire arm. I'm not using my entire arm today. Because I have a cat sleeping on my arm. Yeah, I'm gonna move the mic around, or the cam around a bit. There we go. So that's so she's kind of hiding right here, but she is there. Woo! Miso. You have fans. Did you know that? They love you very much. Yeah. Oh, I see. Precious bean. This is a normal experience. Miso does this a lot, and I wasn't sure if I should stream this, looking this way. But I figured, you know what, I'm gonna try it this time, because I figured, the reason why I've not in the past is I was like, well, this isn't enough camera for people to be interested in. Dun, 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 dun. But hopefully this is enough for you guys. I likely won't ever show me unless I absolutely have to, but it is what it is. So what's everyone up to today? I actually had the day off from Global Comics, which was really nice. Thank you to my manager, Kevin. If you're listening or watch this later, it was super great to have the day off. I actually had to replace my chair. It was just time to replace it, and some stuff was breaking. Not breaking per se, like it was like not the best. To be fair, it was like a 5-year-old chair. So it was just time to replace it. So I replaced the chair. I actually, you're not gonna believe what I actually bought as a replacement. Well, I mean, maybe you will if you know me enough. I actually, I bought a camping chair. Like you know, like those like cloth fabric ones that you take out camping with you, or you take out when you go fishing to sit on. This one that I bought converts into a rocking chair, and it is like one of the most comfortable chairs I've ever sat in my life. And what I like about it is if you want to like sit forward, you can. And the rocking parts, like at the bottom, they're optional. You can take them off. But they have a flattened edge so that when you lean forward, it's flat. And you can actually just sit there. It's really, really neat. The only thing that I don't like about it, and this is because it's a camping chair, not meant to be a chair that you sit in for a really long period of time, is there's no real like back support for it. But that's okay, because now I can get a customized one. I can get one of those like really, really nice ones. So, and it was like, gosh, it was like $60. And I can see myself using this chair for a lot of things. I can lean back in it, I can lean forward in it. It's just I really like it so far. You know, I was able to kind of test it earlier with how I feel just sitting down. What's really nice about it is if I want to lean back, I can. I can just like pull this and like pull it into my lap, which I like to do a lot. You know, and I can lean back. I can have Miso in my lap for a bit, and she can actually like sit in my lap. The only downside to this chair, is it's too high for Miso to sit in my lap. If I'm leaning forward to work, which is something that she's used to doing. So, she's not going to get that privilege anymore. So she can only get in my lap now if I'm leaning back. Look at her. She's so cute. I just realized that I don't know where this line came from. That's alright. It's not a huge deal to... What's going on, Miso? Look at her. She's all like squishy. Yeah. Squish, squish, squish. Yeah. Get the itchies. Oh. Alright, you can have my arm. Very classic Miso behavior, putting her arm around mine while I work. Very classic. I try to draw from my elbow and my shoulder as best I can, but it's hard when you have a cat sitting on your arm. So it's a little more difficult, to be completely honest. Anyway, I hope everyone had a really good week. I had a pretty chill week this week. Hey, Brent, what's up? How are you? Thanks for stopping by. No stream to watch tonight, eh? So you figured you'd come on over here? How are things? Of course, like as I'm streaming, like my foot is suddenly really itchy. Or you know how like your foot suddenly just hurts? Like it's like the itchy kind of hurts? Oof. Oh yeah, ooh, scandalous. Look at my freaking like man hands. Chubby man hands. Not that I mind that much. I mean, I mind that they're chubby, but that's alright. They're plump. I show you guys something weird that I can do with my hands. J-Ho! Hey! I can hyperextend the knuckles in my fingers so they can look really freaky. Look, it's my Neko! Miso, say hi to J-Ho! Say hi to Uncle J-Ho! Yeah. She's like, why you disturb my sleep? How are you doing? Hey, Dustin, what's up? Kitty watch, indeed, it is kitty watch. Boop, 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 boop. I'm gonna try to find a way to put it up higher so you guys can like look down on everything. I just don't have anything high enough at this moment. My apologies, y'all. So I need to get something high. I tried to like attach it to the window, but for some reason it's not sticking. So I need to get a different thing to attach it to the window. My bad, guys. Because I have like here's my screen, and like here's my lights, and then like here's my setup here. So I just need to get something that'll actually hold it. Unregistered, indeed. You're coming to- Yo, you're actually sticking with YouTube now? Nice. Oh, I hope you feel better. Goodness. Take it easy, J-Ho. You're working too hard. How's the manga production coming along? I don't actually have a desk lamp. My desk lamp is my ring lamp. My ring light. That is my desk lamp. And it's on the window. See? Here, I'll actually show you. Whoop. It's actually just on the window. That is my desk. That is my light source. And then here's one screen. Here's this screen. There's Miso. And there's my other cam there. Or my other screen. My bad. What is English? I don't know what English is today. Yeah, I have a pretty nice little setup here. Hey, Gigi, what's up? You wanna see my cat? Meh. She's all curled up right now. Okay. I'll hold still. Miso's like, hold still, damn it! Stop moving! I'm trying to sleep! It just gives me motivation to keep my arm in one place and keep drawing. It's all good. 10 out of 10 cat? Yeah. Her name is Miso. Here, I'll show you a picture of her. Or, like, actual pictures of my cat. Here we go. That is my cat, Miso. She's absolutely adorable! I love her. So, she likes to sleep and, like, she likes to be touching me when she sleeps. She has this little, like, blanket on my desk that she likes to sit on. It's either that or in my lap, and she doesn't fit in my lap anymore, really, so. Let's see, you're working on Antler Soul at the moment? Okay, cool. We can work together. Skare-sama. Alright, wait, it's Skare-masho, right? Wait, it would be Skari. Skari-masho? I think it's Skare. I don't remember. I don't remember what the stem form is. I literally just learned about masho. Don't make fun of me. Don't Nihongo josun me. I think it's one of those I don't think that's one of those ones that you have to do masho for. I think that's kind of implied. I've never used masho when it comes to tsukare-sama, but you know, or tsukare, you know, that kind of thing. So I literally just learned about the ima senka and masho in my Japanese class yesterday. Which, oh my god, that was the worst Japanese class I've ever had. Not in the sense that it was a bad class or it was like, you know, whatever. It was just, I read all of my words completely wrong. Like, for example, we were doing exercises talking about, I'm going to do X. So sort of like, I go to the I go to this place to do this thing, right? So for example, one of the examples was I go to the store to buy something. And so, you know, we're learning about the particles and stuff and how to say I'm going to somewhere to do something. Basically double, like more than one verb in a sentence is what we started. And my stupid butt read Kobini as consato, like concert. So I read Kobini as concert. And so bless my teacher, my dumb butt was like, I go to the Kobini to listen to music. And my teacher kind of looked at it and went, okay, that's fair. Yeah, a concert, like a music concert. And but like, how do you read Kobini as consato? They're completely different words, completely different kana. I don't know where my brain was. It must have been up my butt or something. That's not the only one that I read wrong. There's a worse one, okay? We had a two-sided piece of paper. And on one side of the piece of paper, one of the examples was a sports bar. What do you do at a sports bar? You drink beer or alcohol or whatever. And on the second side of the paper, you had to write what you do at Home Depot. And my stupid butt didn't bother to read the sentence. And I wrote that I go to Home Depot to drink beer. And he looked at me again and was like, where do you buy beer at Home Depot? I've never seen beer at Home Depot before. I was like, oh my god, stop it. Stop making fun of me. And then I was writing to listen. And so my stupid butt does this. I'm like, yeah, I'm listening. And he's like, that's not the right kanji. Do you want to try drawing that kanji again? And I'm like, oh. I'm like, oh, how do I? And I was like, is it this? I was like, is it this? He's like, you're really close. And I'm like, he's like, and eventually he's like, oh yeah, it's this, you know, that's to, oh sorry, key. if you were to write this, it'd be, I always do wrong, like, kikimasu. I was just having a really bad day yesterday. Kanji is hard, yeah, but like I'm actively trying to write kanji when we do like our work exercises. So like I'm actively like, even though I get like a lot of it wrong, I'm finding that when I get it extremely wrong, it helps me remember it next time. And I was writing ikimasu. And I wrote it this way. I was down and then that. And he's like, oh, it's, So, this is what it actually is. And so, well, it's, yeah, so. Just having a rough time, yo. It was a rough day yesterday. I mean, it was funny. I was having a fun time about it. But I was just like, oh, and then we learned the directions. We learned the 4 directions yesterday, and like different types of transportation. So actually, let me do my practice. It's east, then west, then south, then north. So that would be done. East. least. Ah. Oh, wait, no. Ah. I will remember. Just give my dumb brain a second. And then north is 1, 2, 3, 4. Bah. There we go. Something like that. Something like that. He's like, make sure you can write this word when you come to class next time. And this has like a, I forget what, there's like a special, like this is like an actual word, it means something. So I had to do all my kanji drills last night for homework. Yay, I did it right. I don't know if my stroke order was correct, but I tried my best. So I know it might, like, I like doing the kanji drills where you just, like, you write the same kanji again and again and again and again. I like it. I find it fun. I'm not drunk. The last time I drank was New Year's. And I didn't even get drunk. Dude, I am a entire 270 pounds. Like, it takes a lot to get me drunk. Just saying. That south is Mifu. Minami. That's Minami though. Mifu Africa. Yeah, Africa. 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 Nice. That's an interest. Focus on concern. I like doing the kanji drills. I actually have this really neat book. I'll actually show you guys this book. It's okay, Miso. Let me readjust my seat here. Forgot that when I move the seats, I have to like slowly scoot back into place because it doesn't have wheels. So I have this book here. It's a really nice book. What I like about it is, in addition to like the typical, you know, like, yeah, I'm gonna give you a place to like practice your kanji. What I really like about it is it also gives you like similar compound words. That way you can see all the different words that like use those kanji. And it also gives you like the simplified words that go along with it. So yeah. So I really enjoyed this book. It's been really, really helpful. That's fair. Yeah, I didn't have to grow up writing stuff like that. My family did tell me though that my handwriting is really terrible. So for example, like if I were to write like my mom says that this is bad handwriting. She's like, "Wow, your handwriting is so terrible." And like if I try the letter that people really get confused on is like my K's. They're like, "Oh, they look like R's." And I'm like, "Hello, this whole thing up here that says that it's a K." So, you know. The other weird thing that I do is when I do my F's, like I have like a low F, so like I'll do this. Like my bar, like my F's go below this imaginary bar, and like my teachers hated that. I've just kept it. I think it's a cute little quirk that my writing has. Name one artist with good handwriting. Actually, letterers tend to have better handwriting because they tend to, you know, handwrite things. So like I can have like clean handwriting if I want to. And I mean, I'm not trying super hard here, but so like I can have really nice, neat handwriting if I want. I just don't do it because I'm lazy. Right, they love if you. Yeah, that's really annoying. Oh, cursive? Cursive is fun. I had to think about that B for a minute. I had to think about. I've seen the B done this way, or like so it'd be like this for the BS. I've seen it done both ways. Ah, you're one of those cursive people, not me. Like, I'll do that. Like, if I write like Cad, or if I want to do like my last name. Like, that's Jackson. But it looks like Jackson, because there's no, I just completely forget the C. I hate the, sometimes I'll do the J this way. You know, but, yeah. Yeah. Well, no, this is a J. Oh, the S always messes me up. There you go. That's my cursive. What's funny is when the way that I write my N's in English are the same way I write my hiragana N's. Like the, like the, and my teacher's always like, it's lower. It's lower. So I'm like, okay. Let's see. It does. But I didn't really have to use my cursive for that long. I was kind of one of the last sets of kids to learn cursive at my school. And I think 1 or 2 classes after me, they stopped teaching it. And so it wasn't really like enforced on us. I still had to learn to read it because like my grandmother, she only writes cursive. She doesn't really write print that often. And so like her letters ones that she sends me are like completely in like, for lack of a better phrase, like I don't mean this like in a bad way, it's like boomer cursive. It's like super like like really tiny like stuff like that, like super swirly script. So but I like reading her stuff. Like I mean it takes me just a tiny bit longer. But I like reading it. I think if I read it like regularly I'd be able to read it pretty quickly, but I don't read it every day. So they tried to get you to stop? Oh no, we've taught the kids a secret language that they can use against us. Foiled again. Imagine if imagine if like the kids these days were like, I'll just use cursive so that no one knows what I'm saying. Can almost like turn into like another language. That'd be kind of funny actually, not gonna lie. Alright, how did I draw the other one? How did I do the other one? I didn't even finish the other one. Of course I didn't. I mean, cursive is good for like writing really quickly if you need to write like a shorthand. I mean, it has its uses, I think. Yeah, they're called Cirrus. Cirrus. I think is what they're called. Let me double check. I think that's what they're called. Yeah, serious. It's a genus of the cacti family, including around 30 species of large columnar cacti from South America. The name is derived from the Greek and Latin words meaning wax, torch, or candle. And they produce the most beautiful smelling flowers I've ever seen in my life. When I lived in Florida, we had these, and they bloom for one night. The individual flower does, and over the course of a couple weeks, all of the flowers will bloom within a period, and they smell so amazing. I've never seen anything like them before. And when I was in college, the botanical gardens that were nearby, they had like special weekends. Like when the flowers were blooming, they opened the gardens at night because the flowers only bloom at night, right? So they would they'd have like viewing parties for these flowers, and the entire like city of Sarasota would just smell like these flowers. Especially if you went down near the botanical gardens. They're absolutely cool, and they also like a variation of them make dragon fruit. Believe it or not. Yeah, they're a cactus flower. I don't know why they're on a wreath, but we don't use logic here. Logic is for other people who aren't me. And thank you. I really like drawing nature. But these flowers are actually really important in my Godsbane manga, so I get to draw lots of these. Oh yes. Oh yeah. I would love to grow these on my own. Getting one can be a little expensive. And again, they only live for one night. So they're very short-lived when you do get them. But I believe also because they're in South America, they're in the southern hemisphere, their like prime blooming season, like their prime time, is the worst time of year here. And so if you care for them, you have to be really mindful of like that their seasons are opposite of ours. Like the plant itself knows, like, hey, in my season of the world, it's time to do my thing. So they're a little hard to take care of up here. But yeah, they're called, this specific type is a night blooming Cirrus flower. It's lore significant. It is lore significant. In fact, in some of the pages of Godsbane, you'll see this flower already. I'll open one of them for you. One of the pages of the pilot. Let's see. That's not... Well, there's a couple of them that you'll see it in. Where did I put it? Oh, those are the fixes. That's why I'm not seeing it. I need this one. Just gotta find which page it's on. Give me a second. You'll see it here with Fale, which is a hint that she has something to do with these flowers. And then it's in another one where Amat and Aros are talking. It's also on the cover of chapter 1 when they're talking. Let me open the chapter though, the chapter cover. So you'll see them here as well. So yeah, they're significant, and it's on my new chapter cover also. So yeah, they're definitely lore significant. They are also, by the way, the flowers used in Wolf's Rain. They're the same flowers. The the flowers of paradise, they are the night blooming Cirrus flowers. That was actually where I saw them for the first time. And I was like, whoa, what is that? And I I never knew what they really were. Oh, Wolf's Rain. And I was like, oh, those are really pretty. And then when I went to Sarasota and I saw them in person for the first time, I went, oh my god, it's that flower, holy shit. I was like, oh my god. And I've been obsessed ever since. So, geese. God's reign. God's bane. Actually, if you think about it, God's bane, a wolf's bane, is a flower. That is a toxic flower, and it's used to ward something away. So that should give you a hint as to what God's bane might mean. Just saying. I never like when I do the sketches for these, doing a ton of detail. I would rather just do the detail in the inking phase and just trust me that I know what lines I want to put in. I just felt like adding them into this particular image. No particular reason. You need details in your sketch. It makes the line art a brain dead task. I guess for me, even doing this, I find doing line art very easy to do. It doesn't take me a lot of brain energy to do this. It just takes some time, that's all. It takes longer. How you doing, Babs? Yeah. Do I need a miso break? Skiss, 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 skiss. Yeah. What? Yeah. See, somebody's going to the vet tomorrow. Yeah. You are. Goober. She's like, I'm what? Don't tell me that. You should be lucky Miso lets her... You should be lucky Miso let you on her stream. I know, right? Look at her. She's the star of the show. What, Miso? Neko slave. I'm a... Instead of a necromancer, you're a necomancer. You control a bunch of cats. Or do the cat... No, if you're a necomancer, the cats control you. Or, well, necomancy. Necomancy is cats controlling you. Right? That would be... You just have, like... walls of cats following you. Could have lived without hearing Neko slay a literal cat herder, yeah. Miso, Miso. Say, I like to live. Miso, you need to tell everyone why you're going to the vet tomorrow. Why are you going to the vet tomorrow, Miso? Because you are over grooming yourself. Specifically, only one side. And I need to find out why you're doing that. Look at her. Miso, what are you doing? This is why I don't get anything done, you guys. How can I work in these conditions? You're about to fall, Miso, and I'm gonna laugh at you. Let's see. Let's see. I just drew a character with the greatest weapon known to man, and I feel like an absolute genius. Nice. Get her done. Get her done. Yep, cat's on her arms. This is her usual behavior. Boop. This is pretty normal behavior for her. What's up, Miso? What's going on? Anyway, the reason why she's going to the vet tomorrow is because she's over grooming herself. To the point, this whole side of her is like has a few bald patches. So mostly we're going in just to like make sure that it's not like a medical reason. Just to make sure she's alright. Because it could be a lot of things. It could be stress, it could be allergies, especially with it being so warm lately, like very suddenly, it could easily just be allergies, and she is very sensitive with allergies. I have to keep the house relatively pretty clean, just because she's like really sensitive to dust. So, she's also sensitive to grass. I have a cat with a grass allergy. Do you know how weird that is, having a cat with a grass allergy? It is a thing, apparently. So it's really not good for me to leave my windows open a lot on, like, the high pollen days. So, I don't know if it's just allergies and maybe I, like, left it open on the wrong day, but... So we're going in to make sure that it's just allergies and that it's not something like a skin infection or any other type of infection. Because she doesn't usually overgroom herself that badly. Yep, I have a cat with a grass allergy. Oh yeah, she'll break out into hives. That's why she's always been an indoor cat. She'll like break out into hives. Right, Miso? Yeah, just like us, animals can have allergies, so. And if it's allergies, she has to get a steroid shot, but she's already had two. So that's why I'm like, well, that's why I want to just double check, because she's already had two allergies. She's already had like 2 shots. And she really should not get a third one. The other thing I'm wondering is, could it be food? So when I go out tomorrow, I have to stop by at the store and, I need to see what food my vet recommends. Because I want to put her on, like a sensitive diet to see if it's, like, what would be, like, a safe neutral food to give her, to see if it's maybe an allergen in her food. So I'm going to see what she recommends. She doesn't go outside, though. That's the thing, is she never goes outside. I literally live on the 3rd floor, so... Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of, is it'll come to having to get, like, a regular shot. Which, I mean, if that's the case, I don't mind. Like, I have the money to pay for it, so it's not a big deal. Right? Yeah. Yeah. See, I am finally have all of my debt paid off except for college. And so I have a lot of extra money every month now. Because I've worked really hard the last year and a half to get all my shit paid off. So the only debt I have left is college. And I mean, that's a significant amount of money, but, you know, it's progress. And most of the debt that I had was from moving a lot. If you guys remember, there was for like a period of like 2 years where I moved quite a few times. So, yeah, there's a possibility that they'll recommend a really whole diet for her, which I like to cook for. Like tonight I had chicken, I had baked chicken. So like when I made my chicken, I just cooked it all straight. Like I didn't marinate it or anything. And what I like to do is I like to like take a couple of them and I set them aside. That way I just can have them for me. So like just a whole piece of chicken. And when I say whole, I mean like it's just like a solid chunk of meat. The problem with her though is she only has 2 teeth left. So I have to be really careful with like the size of the chicken that I give her because I don't want her to choke. She's a very special cat, aren't you? Yeah. Did I feel better? You have an itchy neck? Yeah? What? You need to restart your cat? Yeah, she's silly. What you doing, Babs? Oh, is it bath time again? Oh, don't do that on camera. Oh my god. I swear to god. What? Don't do that in front. Don't do that on camera, please. She's gonna, you guys, I swear. Oh yeah, go eat something, please. I know, probably me talking about food made you think about it. I might also see if there. I know there's like a special spray that I can get to like help with her skin. That's my concern is just me like, she doesn't have scabs. Like there's no scabs on her skin, so she's not like over grooming to that point. But I want to stop it before it gets to that point. You know what I mean? The other thing is, like, the apartment managers are going to be in here at some point over the next couple days. They're, changing our internet service over, so... What you doing, Miso? You sniffing around? What you sniffing? Yep. Don't show them your asshole. I don't know. We're gonna find out later once they switch over. I'm hoping that they come tomorrow or Sunday, because I do not want them coming on Monday when I'm trying to work and then cutting my internet off. You know what I mean? I mean, it'll be a quick fix. It won't be like an issue, but still. Miso, 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 miso. Yeah. What? What? Hi, Flame Fan. Flame Flan? Is it Flame Flan? Boop. Miso, miso. Choo 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 choo. Yeah. Hope you're having a good week so far and a good start to your weekend. What you gonna do, Miso? Hmm? What you gonna do? Flan. Oh. Flan. Yeah, flan. Like the food. Right? Hey, American Fajita, how are you doing? Flan raid. Hey, raid time. I like raids. How are you? As long as y'all behave yourselves. Welcome, welcome. As long as there's behavior. Fajita? I know how to say fajita. I took Spanish class. As long as you behave. Well, I appreciate the visits, guys. Thank you. Oh, well, that's a nice thing. Yeah, I'm just working on some artwork here. Oh, well, thank you for bringing everyone. Hi, everybody. My name is Art Crumbs. I'll actually show you guys what I'm working on right now. I'm working on this poster here. Here, let me turn some of this off. I'm working on this fancy poster here that eventually I'll be turning into all kinds of art, prints, and all kinds of fun stuff. Thank you. I also have a manga that I'm working on. I'll actually open up that file for you, and I'll show you the manga I'm working on. Oops, I guess I could just do file recent. I haven't opened that long ago. Here we go. I'll actually show you guys the manga I'm working on if you guys want to stick around. Oh, thanks for the subs, guys. Yeah, make manga. It's what I like to do. Right now I'm working on just like some personal art, just kind of for fun. Oh, thank you. Thankies. Manga? Yeah. I'm just waiting for the file to open. It's got a lot of pages, so it might take just a minute. Thank you. Yep, this is my cat, Miso. You guys can see her lovely, adorable face. She's, very clingy. Not to be confused with Klingon, but she's very clingy. And so this is a manga that I'm working on. I'll actually zoom in here. Here's my Coolio cover. It's a supernatural, like, murder mystery with a little bit of, like, apocalyptic flair. And with some anti-hero main character. Oh my, Miso! You can't have my lap, honey. You can't have my lap, baby. Miso, I can't see the screen. Here's my chapter cover. And then some of the pages. I'm still working on some of the text. But, yep, just some of the stuff that I have going on. I'm still working on some of the pages. Some of them I gotta redo the sketches for, but, yeah, some of the stuff that I have. Thank you. Yep. And then the rest of these are just text still. But, yeah, some of the stuff that I'm working on. Thank you. So I have the pilot up, if you guys want to check my description, actually. Miso, can I have my arm, please? Miso, can I have my arm, please? Let me grab a link for all the peeps. I'll grab a link for you guys. If you guys want to check my description, though, I do have a link in my description, but I'll go ahead and grab one for you guys right now. That way I can just put it, like, directly in the chat. For y'all. I post on a site called Global Comics. And you can read my pilot, which has the first, sort of like the first 2 test chapters. If you want to read that, you can. Let me grab a link here for you. I'll actually just grab a direct link to the first page. Here you go. If you guys like my manga and you want to see me drawing more manga pages, which is what I usually do, I usually draw manga pages. Today I just wanted to take a break though and wanted to work on something else. Make sure you subscribe so that you can see more manga drawings. Alright, thanks for stopping by, guys. I really appreciate it. Whether you guys stay or not, that's fine. If you guys want to do me a favor, can you hit the like button before you go? It tells YouTube that people like what I do. Thank you guys so much for coming, and thank you so much for the raid, Flame. You're amazing. I appreciate it. Oh my gosh, yeah, Miso does that all the time. She's just like, OMG, like, pet me, pay attention to me. Oh my gosh. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate it. You guys are amazing. Have a wonderful night if you're going. If you're staying, why don't you tell me about yourselves? Do you guys also draw? Do you guys make manga? Do you read manga? What's your favorite manga? You know, so just all kinds of, like, fun questions. Bye, Miso. Okay, gonna go? You gonna go, Miso? Oh, do you want me to put you down? Oh, that sounded bad. Miso, do you want to go? Do you want to go play or go eat? Here you go. Go have a fun time. Oh, now you want to be picked up again. Do you want down or do you want up? Don't show them your butthole. I want down, I want up, I want down, I want up. What? Don't look at me so indignant. I can't English today. About tea? Dude, tea is the best. I love tea. In fact, my favorite type of tea is called prickly pear, and it's made from the prickly pear fruit, which is a cactus fruit. Bye, Miso. Do you need help? Here, let me help you. There you go. I love tea. So prickly pear tea is one of my favorites. And then another tea that I really enjoy, what's it called again? I forget. Oh, hibiscus. Hibiscus tea. I was like, oh, my brain was saying cranberry tea, but that wasn't the word. Hibiscus tastes a lot like cranberry. Hibiscus tea is also one of my favorites. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and turn the cam off. Well, I'll leave it on. If you guys want the cam on, I'll leave it on. I don't really, if Miso's not up here, I don't really see a point to it. Unless you guys just want to watch my hand. Hand watching. Hand watching. Not to be confused with hand washing. I guess I could give you guys a desk tour. Watch his hand. I don't really have a way to put it on the desk. I don't really have a way to do that, honestly. Alright, so I'll give you guys a quick desk tour, a workspace tour. Alright, so here's, woo! Sorry guys, you can see I have it, it's an absolute mess. So here's my general workspace. We have my primary screen up here, which is watching you guys. And then here I've got a JLab mic, got some fun little like knickknackeries up here. Little like Okami, whoopsie. Like little Okami plushie thing, it's really cute. And then this, so one of my favorite things, it's sort of like a little like Auk figure. It's like a little figurine of Auk, which is one of my original main characters, if you know him. And then this is a little wolf skull thingy. Let me get rid of that spoon. It was for my dinner earlier. It's a little fox skull that I have up here for references. I also really like it for, like when I used to draw Auk, I used to have a skull, and this is like my tattoo lotion. I've got a tattoo here. I want to say it's a new tattoo. It's not new, but it's the same tattoo that my main character has. So I keep that up here. And then I have this cute little like Neko figure. It was like a Maneki Neko, but I painted it to look like Miso. It's actually really cute. And then this actually came with this little dragon here, you know, for New Year's. So it's really cute. And then this up here, sort of a fun little like fish charm thingy. And it's like my good luck charm. So I keep it up here on my desk. And then this is sort of like the other one. This is the bed Miso lays on. Here's my Switch that I play Okami on. I have a Switch Lite teal version. And then this is sort of like my snacks and stuff. I have some raisins. I really love applesauce. It's like one of my things. So I've got some sunflower seeds, which are right here. Bunch of oranges, and then more applesauce. And then this is actually really good. It's like a beef jerky. It's really, really delicious. And so I try to keep like healthy snacks up here. I mean, this isn't really healthy that much. But I try to keep snacks within reach. And then, yeah, this is my Cintiq. I use a Cintiq 16. This is this stack of Post-it notes that the the webcam was sitting on. And then over here, these are all my pens that I use for my drawing. This is my phone, obviously, and this is my usual water bottle. I freaking love these things. It's called a like Circle. I absolutely love these very much. And then I have like more like random shit down there, like perfumes and gum and stickers and stuff. It's just kind of like random nonsense. And then behind me is a bunch of stuff that I have for work, like a cool poster thing, some work stuff, and then up here, some of my favorite things. I have like my goals for, it should say 2024, but it says 2023, and then this is a drawing done of Garfield by the guy who actually draws Garfield. His name is Gary Barker. He's drawn Garfield for many years, and he was my teacher at art school. I went to Ringling College of Art and Design, and he drew that for me as one of my graduation presents. And then I collect enamel pins. So I have some silly kitty pins, a San Diego pin, and then some pins by a creator who does a comic called Demon Bitch, and then some Okami pins. And then up here is a Houndoom card. I collect Pokemon cards. Specifically Houndoom, the Houndoom line, Arcanine line, and Ninetales line, because I'm a nerd. And then, actually, let me see if I can show it to you this way. Back behind me, you can't really see it that well, but back behind me is all my manga and books and stuff. So, yep, it's a lot of stuff. Yeah. Yeah, he was my teacher at art school, so, his name is Gary Barker. He was one of my instructors at college. Igglybuff is really cute, yeah. So yeah, that's the kind of stuff that I have around my desk. Oh, I can show you guys something really cool. Where is my... Nice. I think it's pretty nice. Uh-oh. I just unplugged my laptop. Uh-oh. It's not working. Oh, hang on, guys. It's telling me my computer has been unplugged. There it goes. Okay, sorry guys. I had to fix it. My computer accidentally got unplugged. My bad. Anyway, so this is also a book that I'm working on. It's called Untitled Diary of a Mangaka. And basically what this is this is sort of like a strange little diary that I'm putting together about like my experience being a mangaka, or learning about manga, making manga, that kind of thing. And so I'll be putting this book on Global Comics at some point. I'm currently editing it right now. I've got a lot of stuff I need to add to it digitally, but I have everything in here from old drawings to New Year's goals. I even have like pressed flowers. Like, this is a real flower in here. It's like pressed baby's breath. So all kinds of like really neat stuff in here. Let's see. Like, here's like an ink drawing that I did. Whoopsie. Here's like an ink drawing that I did a really long time ago. That I did like actually outside in the mountains in Colorado. I was actually there looking at the trees and, you know, did paintings of them. Got silly little notes from like my Japanese class that I'm in, my homework, that kind of stuff. Some like fun prints that I have that I just have nothing else to do with, so I'm putting them in here. Talk about some of my favorite things, my favorite stuff. No, that was pressed a long time ago. Yeah, to baby's breath, and a lot of plants are really toxic to cats. Also basically anything in like the philodendron family as well. So anything that I press, like, it's not pressed here, it's usually kept in my car. So, yeah, and the baby's breath was pressed a really long time ago, so, yeah. Yeah, it was dried and pressed, like, out in my car. Actually, your car is the perfect place for that kind of thing because it's naturally a hot environment, and it helps dry it out faster. Yeah, so usually what I'll do is, like, when I pick something, I'll, like, leave it, like, in the front of my window. Like, I'll park in such a way so that, like, the sun, like, bakes it while it presses it. It's perfect. I learned that trick when I was in college, actually. Oh, here we go. Here's a fun one. So these are, like, some old school animation storyboards that I was doing for a long time ago. So I thought that would be cool to put in here. Some really old doodles and stuff. So yeah, this is the kind of stuff that'll be in this book. And I'm like already like a quarter of the way through it. It's crazy. Anyway, so the way that I learned that trick was when I was in art school. I had to do oil paintings. Like, I had a painting class, as one does in art school. And my teacher, I only let us use oils. She would not let us use anything else. And I hate oils. I don't like oil painting. It drives me absolutely up the wall. I always put it off until the last minute because I hated it that much. And, one time I did a painting and I accidentally left it in my trunk, like, for the day, and when I came out, it was basically dry. Like, basically leaving it in the trunk of my car in, like, the heat of a Florida summer baked it. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's done! Like, it's already dry. And so I've learned that if I need to dry something, or if I'm pressing a bunch of flowers, like, I have, like, you know, like the press where you basically, like, use a strap and you tie it down. But I also have some bricks, like, really large, like, stone brick out in my car, and in my, like, it's technically a Jeep, so it's in the back. And so I can just put those on top, put it in such a way that like the light's shining on it, and it bakes it and dries it really quickly. It's amazing. I didn't think it would actually work in my car as well, like on flowers, but it does. Oh yeah, it's perfect. So I learned something from painting class, how to quickly dry and press flowers. Oh, I also have a bunch of 4-leaf clovers. I can show them to you. They're real. I have found so many 4-leaf clovers in my life. It's absolutely ridiculous. This is my personal sketchbook. So I have 2 of them right here. Check this out. So here's one. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then here's another one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Totally real. And then some more sketchbook pages. Sketchbook pages. Oops, sorry. Let me find the one that has all the... Oh, here's another one. 2, 3, 4. And then let me find the other ones. Sorry, I gotta flip through really quick. Oh, there it is. Woo! Look at these. That one's real. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one, these are kind of like, these got put together. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. And then this one, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then these ones kind of got like smashed together, but I promise they're real. So, yeah, I find a lot of them. So this is my lucky page, because it's got a bat on it. And a bunch of clovers. It's my lucky page in my book. So, do I have anything else cool in here? I have a bunch of Dragon Ball Z and like Dragon Ball like Saga stickers. I have like those all over the place in here. Charizard. Let's see. Oh, this one's fun. So it's actually a sticker that I made from like an original artwork. I have the original somewhere. I don't know where it is though, but it's really long. So I actually want to redraw this digitally just because it's been a really long time. Some character artwork from my manga. She's actually a manga character. And then this is actually like a map of the world that I have, and I put it in my book. So my sketchbooks tend to be more like thoughts books. I just kind of like compile things together. Like I print stuff out and I tape them in my books. Same in here. This is all the same character. And then this one's really fun. One of my old school covers that I used to have. I think the page before it is also like a collection of covers, yeah. It's like a collection of different covers that I've had. So yeah, I just like throw stuff. I'll show you one of like the like random just like throw stuff together pages. Well yeah, this is one basically. So this is like some traditional art that I did of one of my characters, and this is washi tape. It's like decorative tape and stuff. And then this is just like some like paper scrapbook stuff that just looks like flowers. Honestly, like my sketchbooks, they come together really haphazardly. I mean, so for example, you can see here that there's post-it notes. That's because I didn't like the drawings underneath. You can always like reclaim your sketchbooks. Like if you don't like what happened to them, just put in a post-it note or tape a piece of paper over it and draw something else. You know, like you can always reclaim them. Like this is just a silly little sticker, silly little snake, and my MC Aros here. It's kind of silly, but yeah, this is just these are just things I taped in. They're not like actual drawings. They're just things I taped in, and then the 2 clovers. So yeah, like reclaim your stuff. You know, so for example, like this bled through really badly. So what I'll probably do is I'll probably tape something here, or I'll put in, or I'll cut up like a post-it note. I mean, this will fit almost perfectly, right? So just put something in over there and just redraw it. Just reclaim it. Like make your sketchbooks just look freaking wild. Just have fun with it. I mean, that's literally what, like for me, the point of a sketchbook, let's set this down. The point of a sketchbook isn't to have like perfect drawings. It's just to have fun. Here's one of my favorite pages. I love the honey badger, right? So like I wrote, like I put in a little silly little thing about the honey badger, and then I wrote about it. I wrote about like what the honey badger means to me because it like has like a personal like funny thing. Like I was in high school, I think, when the original honey badger video came out. So for me, it's like a fun thing. You know, so just reclaim your pages. You know, like here's the back of it. Like it's silly. It's silly. It's absolutely silly. So like I have a friend who works at the Walt Disney Company, and so like this is like the thing that I got when I went on tour, right? Like I went on a tour of the 2D animation studio in Burbank. So I got to tour that, which was really fun. And I just liked the pattern on this. So I just taped it in. And then these are some of my goals, and then like some of my other work stuff that I've been working on. And like, just literally just have fun with your book. Go ham with it. Here's here's one of my older books. Like literally on the first page, it's just chaos. Absolute chaos on like this first page. Like foil and like a Spyro sticker, a skeleton sticker, just like notes and stuff. Like actually it's a poem. Like which is right here. It's a poem that I read somewhere and I liked. Yeah, just absolute chaos. Like just from, and this is an old book. It's like, oh my gosh, this is one of my college books, so it's really old. Come on, I just want one page. I went to go see the Infinite Eights once in person, and I got all their signatures. This is like an old character of mine, it's like a dragon thing. Yeah, so like I even tape stuff in like this comes up. It's like a little. Sorry, my bad. It's like a little flap that I added. Right. So like, just have fun with it. This is also a good example. Like I had to tape stuff in. Like this is like really thin like masking tape that I just taped in because I didn't like what was there. I actually burned this page. it's literally burnt. I was just experimenting with like what fire does to this kind of book. And then on this page I burned it, but I also like erased parts so I could like experiment with drawing with flame and stuff. These are all notes. It's all like handwritten notes. Yeah, I burnt it on purpose. Yeah. You just gotta try stuff. Yeah, like you can erase with it, right? So it deposits charcoal, right? What happens when paper gets burnt? It's charcoal. So you're basically drawing with charcoal when you do it just ever so lightly, and it's charcoal. Basically. Yeah, like I write a lot of notes in here, journals and stuff, some fun character artwork. I think this one's really fun. You know, one of the drawings of my character Coco. No, it's not crispy. Some like a tree drawing. Oopsie, sorry, like a tree. Some burbs. More trees. Some gold paint. Kind of experimenting with like gold paint and stuff. Here, let me pull this this way. A little more room. Just some silly little Pokemon Go stickers. Another Infinite Eight thing that I drew when I was at one of their other concerts. So, and then this I actually ended up cutting out. I used to go to when I lived in Sarasota, I went to the Tampa Zoo a lot. Some of the drawings that I did while I was there. This is a drawing from a friend who drew one of my characters in my book, which is really cool. School notes. Random stuff. Yeah. Just use your sketchbooks for fun. Like, don't get too stressed over it, right? There's no point in stressing over it. Just go with it. Yeah, I have a Discord called the Maneki Manga Discord, and it's all we're all people that make comics and manga and stuff. So people are free to join if they want. I feel like in general we're pretty chill in there. It's a pretty casual server. I mean, we're of the frame of mind that it's not the type of place that you can go in and you can just be crazy, zany, whatever. If you're gonna go in the server, we're expecting you to work on manga or read manga or just act professional, right? Don't be dropping memes for 10 minutes in the general chat. We have a channel for that. Oh my goodness, well get out of the rain, silly! But you were just complaining about the rain. Weren't you just complaining about it a minute ago? Rain is nice. Rain is nice, actually. I do enjoy rain. Yeah, I feel that. That's a mood. Hi, Miso. Do you want to come up here? Miso, come over here. Come here so I can pick you up. You got zoomies? Come here. You gonna come visit us again? Yeah? Yeah. Miso. Alright, thanks for staying, Flame. I really appreciate it. Take it easy. Hope you have a really good weekend. I stream on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So if you want to catch me next time, I'll see you on Monday or Wednesday next week. I have my schedule on my my banner on the very front of my page. It should show in all formats, TV, phone, whatever. It should show. So if you ever need to know my schedule, just take a look at my channel, like my channel homepage, and you should see my schedule up there. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it. Have a good night. Arigatou gozaimasu. Miso, what you doing? Are you mad that I'm ignoring you, Miso? What? You're not the center of attention. Yeah. Pay attention to me, mortal. Oh yeah, she does this all the time. She does this all the time. She's really very clingy, and then at night when we sleep together at night, she I lay down on my side, and she like curls up like into like my neck, arm, shoulder area, or if she can't fit in there, she'll sit on my side. Like she'll actually like jump on like my hips or something and sleep on my hips or my side or my back, like whatever she can fit herself on. She seems to think that she fits everywhere and she really doesn't. So I'm like, Miso, like that's too small for you. Stop it. You're not a light cat either. She's like 10 pounds. And that's where they want her. They want her, 9 to 10 pounds. She's not a little cat. She doesn't look it. Or she doesn't look like a big cat, but she's quite heavy. She's like, you're ignoring me. Yeah. 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 You guys can hear her purring right now, but I don't know if you guys can hear her. I'm hoping to get my memberships back up here really soon. And I'm gonna have like a bunch of miso emojis. Miso, nandayo. Wait. Don't pull away from me! It's gonna break my heart. It's gonna hurt my feelings. I have feelings. Alright, take it easy. Have a good night. I appreciate you stopping by. I'll probably be streaming for at least another 30 minutes. I usually go a minimum of 2 hours when I do my streams. That way that gives, people time to stop by even for a little bit. So I appreciate, if I don't see you again, have a wonderful night. And thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you joining your raid and coming by to say hi. I appreciate it. If not, have a great weekend. And I'll be streaming again on Monday. That'll be my next stream. Yes, me. Anyway, so what's everyone else up to today? Any fun plans for the weekend? Anything you guys are looking forward to? I gotta take Miso into the vet tomorrow, so not a good start to my day tomorrow necessarily. But after that, I'm gonna come home. I'm gonna work on some more Godsbane stuff. I have a bunch of pages that I gotta sketch out. I'll actually show you guys. I got a bunch of pages I gotta sketch out. Oh, yep. There we go. I've got a bunch of pages I gotta rough out. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pages left to sketch out. I've got this one already sketched, but I've got a couple more pages I gotta sketch out, so that'll be what I end up doing tomorrow. At least that'll be my focus. Still thumbnailing? Well, I mean, to be fair, thumbnailing can take a while. I've heard with Toriyama, like, sometimes it takes him, it takes him, like, all week to do, and he does it all on, like, the very last day. Like, he procrastinates for 3 days, and then he just gets it done because he has no choice. That's what I've heard in his interviews. Absolutely no shame, Toriyama. Absolutely no shame. Something I aspire to. Which reminds me, I gotta get working on my thumbnails for Isashi-san. Well, I mean, I guess I could work a little bit longer on the character stuff, but he didn't tell me I don't have, like, a specific timeline that I have to stick to. Oh, wow. The DD Mark replied to me. Thank you, DD Mark. I feel special. He's responded to me a few times. So, have you guys read his manga Car Baby yet? That was something. That was something. Not sure what it was, but it was something. Oh man, that intro. The intro was actually very interesting. It seemed like a really chill manga, and then all of a sudden you're like, whoa, that escalated fast. Cleaning around the house, yeah, I feel that. I have some stuff I gotta I gotta go donate. Been putting it off because I don't want to carry the boxes downstairs to my car. So I same. Oh my god, it's too heavy. I don't want to do it. So it's really hard to draw when I can't move my arm. You're so silly, Miso. Oh yeah, she knows exactly what she's doing. she's she's falling asleep. It's actually really cute. She is a little goblin. I wonder how much ale she has stolen today. I don't know. I don't keep any ale in the house, so if she's finding ale, then I have other more important questions. The only alcohol I have in the house at the moment is some glühwein. that I have left over from the holidays that I'm waiting for the perfect time to use. I mean, any time's a good time for glue vine, but I just haven't used it yet. I ended up buying like 3 or 4 bottles of it when I bought it for Christmas. Yeah, inside's a little bit drier, usually. And if you be outside too long in the rain, you can get sick. We don't want that. 4th of July is coming early this year. I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing for 4th of July. 4th of July is the same weekend as Anime Expo, I think. And I'd really like to go this year, but I think tickets are already sold out. Which would really suck. I'd really like to go this year. I haven't been to Anime Expo in a really long time. Whoops. It's raining harder. Yeah, you probably should find somewhere safe, my man. Or my cat. Since you have a cat persona. My fajita. My fajita. Not to be confused with a mija, you're my fajita. In this context, mija would be incredibly inappropriate. Oh man, I wish I could use my Spanish more. I studied it for 8 years. You would think I would use it more than I actually do, but I don't. And then when I do get asked to use it, my brain just goes, me olvidó, me olvidó mucho. Could Aros beat Goku? Oh no, no. Goku would wipe the floor with Aros. Goku would wipe the floor with him. Aros would stand absolutely no chance. Me, so my arm is falling numb. I'm literally starting to lose feeling in my pinky finger. Look at her. I can't move her. Cat law states that if I have a cat on my arm, on my body, on my person, I am not allowed to move. That is cat law. And I don't want to violate the cat law, because then she will haunt me in my sleep and poop on my bed sheets. Just kidding, she would never do that. She'll eat me in my sleep. Isn't that right? She looks, don't let that face fool you. Do not let that face fool you. She's a monster. Got her opening her eyes at me. She's like, did you say I'm a monster? What, Babs? She's just vibing. If your cat has never tried to eat you in your sleep, you didn't have a childhood. I would hope that people have not been eaten by their cats in their sleep. I've heard it's not a relatively enjoyable experience. So maybe some people just don't like being eaten. Oh my gosh, my hand's falling asleep. She's like, oh, let me just lay on your arm instead. The thing is this arm is already really sensitive. I already have nerve damage in my elbow from, like, overusing it too much. And it dislocating quite a few times. So it's one of those things where if like, pressure is applied to it, it makes it really easy for my hand to fall asleep. But she's moved now, so it shouldn't be an issue now. Yeah, I can already feel the feeling coming back to my hands. I hate that feeling though, like when your hand gets all electric because like your nerves are waking up. Worst feeling in the world. Hands down. Hands down. Oh man, my hands are all tingly now. Oof, I do not like that. And I took that personally. Me so You're not my real dad. You can't tell me what to do. Okay, now my hand's falling asleep again. Woo! I literally cannot. Oof. Yeah, I don't like that. Miso, I love you, but my hand's falling asleep. There you go. Lay on my forearm rather than my elbow. That's definitely better. I mean, not better for the audience, but OMG, I just realized that when I started my stream tonight, I was really close to 2,400 subs. And now I'm curious to see what my channel count is at. Or my subscriber count is at. Hey, look! We did it! We did it! Yay! New milestone. Thank you guys for all the new subs! Thank you! You guys are amazing! I love you! We did it! Woo! Art bread. You know what's really funny? Yeah, new milestone. Woo! I need to get like a... I don't have a celebration. Like, I don't have like a celebration thingy. I need to make a little celebration, like a transitional, like, page that I can go to when we, like, something cool happens. I don't have anything like that at the moment. I'm still getting all of my, cool streaming shit together, so my apologies, fam. Maybe I'll do a special stream. Maybe I'll do a weekend stream for you guys as my thank you. I'll do maybe a Saturday stream. To celebrate. My goal this year is 3,000. I'd like to see 3,000 this year. Man, I got my first donation of the year last time, and now I've hit a milestone. Hell yeah. Hell yes. Oh, well, we hit 10 likes on this stream. I don't usually hit 10 likes. You guys are amazing. I love you. For 25, either 2,500 or 3,000, I do want to do something special though. Maybe like a special giveaway, or like a tablet or something, maybe. I want to talk to Wacom and ask them what they think. But in the light of the recent controversy, I'm not sure if I want to. Hands falling. Sorry guys, my hand keeps falling asleep. The things we do, Misa, it is getting really hard to draw with my hands falling asleep. Oof. Can you have my kidneys? Oh, you don't want my kidneys. They're probably trash. They're probably trash. Sorry, V, I'm looking at the stuff you just sent me. I love your little I am the author picture. Oh my gosh. Oh man, I haven't decided what I'm gonna draw myself as yet. I thought about doing like a little flaming eyeball thing, like you know, just like a silly little eye that's like, you know, maybe something like this, maybe. You know, something like this. Like, that'll be me, probably. That's probably what I'll choose. Your little picture is effing adorable, mate. I also thought about doing like a little eyeball that has wings. Like cute little like something like this maybe. Oh, come on. You know, maybe something like this. I haven't quite decided which one. I kind of like the flaming one. I mean, I guess like Porcanolos, those. I guess it's kind of hard to do both. I do like little wings. Mine's currently a guy with a baseball head. That's funny. Kind of like the one with like the cute little wings though. Maybe he has a little thing. There we go. We can have both. Mm-hmm. If I can draw the wings properly now. I love yokai. I'd love to make a short manga about yokai. Especially for the like biggest surprise SMA. I thought about doing like a yokai story. But I've heard that they prefer to have like wholesome stories, and that's not what I want to do. I'd really love to eventually get into like short horror stories, like really short, creepy horror stories. A lot like what Junji Ito already does. He's one of my favorite mangaka, because I really love like the spooky short stories that he does. So I'd like to be able to do that too someday. Just create a bunch of like anthologies and stuff. Oof. Hands are still a little numb. Hand is super numb. Okay, I need to stop because I cannot feel my hand. Misa, I am sorry, I cannot feel my hand anymore. I will pet you instead while I wait for my hand to wake up. Yeah. I literally cannot feel these two fingers right now. Oof. Yeah. Don't worry, I'll pet you while I wait for my hand to wake up. You're compressing my nerve, Miso. How am I supposed to get anything done when I can't? Ooh, there it goes. It's waking up. Ooh, I hate that. Ooh, it's all like electric. Yeah, I have a compressed nerve here, and it's the ulnar nerve. also, like, my elbow, like, up here on this side likes to dislocate. uh, and so, it's actually popped out a couple times, and I've done a lot of damage to my arm, my drawing arm. So it's a bit of a baby. Yep, there she goes again. Let me just lay all over your arm. And compress it. Oof, it's in that, like, weird wake-up stage where it feels, it's all, like, pins and needles. Oof, I don't like this. I hate this part. This is the worst. All I can really do is just, like, move my hand a bunch until, like, wake it up. Oof. Okay, there we go. It's a lot better. The things you put me through, Miso. My goodness. Hey V, did you see DD Mark's new manga? What'd you think of it? If you've seen it. And Digitab, I think you've seen his new manga. Have I already asked you that? I don't remember. It definitely doesn't go the way you think it does. Like, the intro is definitely very I almost said interesting. The intro is very, deceptive. And, like, how crazy and, like, wild it gets. Like, I'll admit, he writes a fun story that I just can't really, like, predict with, like, where it's gonna go. And I think that's what I kind of like about D.D. Mark's work, is when I'm reading something, I'm not able to predict where it's gonna go. And I like that. I'm not into cars. I don't really care about cars. I don't care about gearhead stuff. So, I don't know if this is something I would read long term, but I probably would, like, yeah, what you did to the Toyota. I would at least give it a chance. I'd read at least the next couple chapters. I try to give everything at least one volume and, like, then make a decision. And that's when I would definitely give at least one volume to, just to see where it goes. But, yeah, I'm not really into, like, mechanical things, but it's not about mechanical. I mean, like, the main character is like, a mechanical thing. But, like, it's not, like, heavily dependent on, like, gearhead stuff. I think it's something that, like, even people who aren't car people can enjoy, and that's why I liked it. I thought it was definitely very different as far as, like, just, like, really weird, insane stuff that happens. And I don't like things that are predictable. So his work is fun for me to read, because it's definitely not predictable. At least not to me. Anyway, I mean, maybe other people could predict those things, but I didn't. Not really sure why he says he can't draw, because, I mean, he clearly can. Like, he's got really nice perspective and, like, really dynamic works. Like, I'm not sure why he says he can't draw, because he very clearly can. I think, if anything, I might suggest, if he ever were to ask me, is just focus on, like, generally he pays attention to the 180 rule pretty well, and, like just like some like small refinements in Komawati that I would probably suggest to him. But I mean, for the most part, like the actual like technical skills of like drawing a nice like illustration, he's definitely got. Just like a few like small paneling things I might suggest to him. Yeah, especially with there being like a lot of manga out there in the world. It's nice to see someone whose work that I can read, that I know that I can read, and like 90% of the time I don't know what's gonna happen. I mean, I can guess based on like what I already know of his body of work, but I like the unpredictability of like the majority of his body of work so far. When I was reading Ruthless Render, the whole part about like the girl getting like hurt and like shot and stuff, like I knew that was gonna happen. I just didn't expect it to be so like in your face. Like I expected it to be like maybe censored or insinuate. Nope, it's right there in front of everyone to see. I was like, oh, I did not expect them to display it that way. That's really brutal. Damn. The only other thing is like the majority, like, and it's because like he does mostly shonen, like his characters are really young, and Mark himself is pretty young from what I recall. So like, they're not like adult stories in the sense that they're like mature, talking about like life and stuff. They're kids having adult problems, which is not something I'm really that fond of. Honestly, I'm like kind of tired of it. Kind of tired of kids having adult problems, and kids do have adult problems sometimes. But I'm kind of tired of reading stories like that. So that's why I don't read a lot of shonen anymore. I used to read a lot of shonen, but I don't read as much shonen as I used to. Kind of want to see adults having adult problems and solving them in adult ways, or simply not doing it. Simply choosing to not solve the adult problems. Kind of like with Vinland Saga. It's a really good example. Vinland Saga kind of took the hot seat this week because someone on Twitter was crapping on the farm arc. And I'm like, look, bruh. First off, Vinland Saga is not a shonen. And so you're like treating it like a shonen is not doing it justice, and you're expecting it to be like a shonen because either one, you're mistaking it and you're not reading it well, or two, that's all you read, and so you by default assume that's what everything is, because heaven forbid somebody read a shoujo or a josei and like it. Oh, the horror. Anyway, so like when I was talking about adult problems, like that's one reason why I really like Vinland Saga, is there are characters who choose like non-action is the best thing to do. They're not characters that are out there looking for fights or looking for those things. Like it's a very like adult story. Azumanga Daioh. I'm not entirely sure. I don't think I'm familiar with the title. I can look it up really quick though. Well, let's see. Its format is Yonkoma. I think I know what it is, but let's see. Actually, I'm having trouble finding that information. It was published in Dengeki Daioh, which is a shonen magazine. It might be one of those rare manga that kind of straddles the border. See, I don't watch slice of life. That's probably why. I'm not a big slice of life person. Yeah, yep. It comes from Dengeki Comics, which is a manga anthology intended for male audiences. So it's a shonen. Yeah, Yotsuba. Yeah, I'm not a real slice of life person. I don't really tend to care for that genre. I've read bits and pieces of Yotsuba, but I haven't like sat down and like really read it. I need to though. Like I need to sit down and actually do like a nice thorough read of Yotsuba. It's on my list though. Like I've read like a few chapters here and there, but I've not really like sat down and read it. You know what I mean? Oh, I want to read Yotsuba. I want to because I've heard it's really really good. I just also like I also struggle to like read books that are about people in high school. Like my high school experience was fucking awful. Just gonna flat out say it. It is, you could not give me enough money to go back and relive my high school days. And so like every time I see like high school based stories, I just get really angry. It's a stupid personal reason. I just don't like stories about high school. Can we move on from high school, please, for the love of God? So for me, it's really hard. Yeah, that's why I want to watch Yotsuba. Yotsuba is about experiences through the lens of a child. It's not this, which I think is really fascinating because that's something I don't really know a lot about. But I want to read it in Japanese with an English next to it. I've heard that there are bilingual versions of it published, and so I want to read it. Although my Japanese teacher actually recommended that I look for like kids manga to read, and so like I want to find like a bilingual edition of it to use as practice. I've also heard of that there's a manga called Cheese Sweet Home that's also really cute and adorable. That's also really good for Japanese learners. So I'm gonna look for a Japanese edition of that one as well. And you know, like the Japanese editions of manga are smaller than the English editions. They don't print them as large in Japan. Here, check this out. Oh boy, guys, more ferns. More ferns. feel like I draw so many of these bastards. I know, right? They're so amazing. I love ferns. Have you ever eaten fiddleheads? They taste really good. Oh yeah, I forgot Nora's anniversary is coming up. Maybe I'll work on the anniversary piece tomorrow. Like I called it Nor. If you guys don't know what Nor is the original name for Godsbane. So, and its anniversary is coming up here on the 14th. It'll be its 14-year anniversary. So it's actually a brush, but what I do is I don't leave them as is. I always want to draw them myself. But, cause I mean, they are a brush. But I don't want to leave them as is. I always want to hand draw them. That way I can add in other variations, because to me, when I see something like this, the line art is too clean. It's too perfect, and I don't like that at all. So depending on things, I may hand draw them in as a sketch, or I may go in Nor, N-A-O-R. Which was the original name for Godsbane. Yeah, so usually, and it's mostly like a time-saving thing. That's why if you look at, here, let me actually turn the line art layers off here. Come on, Babs. If you look at the original sketch, well, not the original sketch. I do have an original, so I'll actually show you how I do, like the process I use for this. Okay, so here is the original sketch that I did. So this was the original sketch that I did. Let me make it a little smaller. Oops. That was a lot smaller. So this is the original sketch that I did. And so this was sort of like my first draft with like, oh, I want to have moths and mushrooms. And I want to have a snake and, you know, maybe like flowers and stuff. And so after I had this version, I made this version, which is, whoopsie. Which has, brushes and stuff to give me a basic idea of like what oopsie, this one. Here you go, it's a snake friend. Snake friend. Yep, so just to kind of give me a basic idea of what I actually want. Snake I'm going to add in last, because I'm not sure if I want to keep it in this one, so that's why I'm not drawing it right now with the line art. I'll probably make a version with the snake and a version without the snake. And so once I have this version, you know, you can see that like the line art's pretty different. So like the background vines have like a really thick line art. So you can tell it's all, and like these flowers have a super smooth line art and the rest is not smooth line art. So like this isn't even technically attached, this mushroom here isn't even technically attached. So I just do this for like a rough idea of what I want, and then I just go in manually and redraw it. Yeah, so the brushes sort of just help me with like really quick sketching. And then I can change them as I want to. Like for example, the mushrooms here, I didn't quite stick to how they were. Like I added in extra lines, and even with like the moss here, I just wanted to see roughly what the texture would be, but I don't really stick to it that much as far as drawing it perfectly. Even this fern here, I didn't quite stick to it completely. The ivy and stuff, I don't quite stick to completely. You know, like, especially like in this one, I didn't really stick to it that much. So I don't try to draw everything verbatim. So, 'cause that's boring. Yeah, so it just gives me kind of a, like, an idea of, like, what I'm thinking about, what I would like to do. And then I just fix it with what I actually want. Now, would it be faster to just use the ferns as is? Yeah, definitely. I would probably have been done with this piece a really long time ago. But there's something about drawing things by hand the long way around, even if you have the brushes available to you. And that's just a lot more satisfying, I think. Because the point of doing a piece like this isn't to get it done as fast as possible, it's to just enjoy the process. With this particular piece, it's just for fun. It's not like I'm trying to do anything with it. I mean, I'm going to turn it into merch and stuff because I want to make it worth my time, but for now I'm just enjoying it. Yeah. Yeah, let me actually show you it without all the line art and stuff. So, and this is sort of like the top. You can see, like, I've got different types of line art. I've been kind of experimenting, seeing, do I want something darker? Do I want something lighter? Just to kind of see. And so I'll probably be going in, like, after I get the basics of everything drawn, I'll be going back in and I'll be drawing, like, adding in more details and drawing with white. That way to get, like, a nice perfect line art layer that I'm really happy with. It'll take a few iterations, but we'll get there. So yeah, I've been kind of intentionally trying different techniques for the leaf, the ivy and stuff to figure out which one I like the most. And then I'll unify them. Because yeah, I'm just having fun with this piece. It's nothing special. As far as, like, I didn't, like, start it with any specific plans in mind. I just kind of just wanted to draw nature-y stuff. What you doing, Miso? Yeah. Just see, stuff like this really helps when I have to draw a texture like this. You know, this kind of thing. You know, being able to draw this is, fun. Same thing with, being able to do stuff like this. It kind of helps practice drawing different textures. I mean, it all helps. So, yeah. Trying a variety of textures and things. And later on, I'll have to do a lot of forest texture. Like dirt and grass and stuff. Like in here, and in here there's going to be some bamboos I have to draw. And there's going to be a lot of, scenes on the forest floor here on the next page or so. So there's gonna be a lot of nature, like Godsbane. The world that Godsbane is in 1891. That's the time frame. There's not a lot of modern tech in Godsbane. It's even more behind though than, like, the Western world. Because it's in it's in the sea, so, like, okay, so, like, here's Indonesia, right? Here's Indonesia, and, like, here's Philippines and stuff, or Malaysia, and then here's, like, Australia. The sea in this area, there's, Christmas Island, and then the Keeling. And then, like, Nor is, like, somewhere in here. And, like, Krakatoa is right here. Ish. So, like, this is where the island is. So it's out there, like, in 1891. So there's a lot of, like, there's not a lot of, like, crazy tech or anything. It's not modern by any means. I mean, it's 1891. Over 100 years ago. I don't even want to think about the fact that the 1990s that I grew up in were 30 years ago. I don't even want to think about that. It makes me feel old. I was in a server the other day, and all these high schoolers were like, oh my god, what is this old person doing? What is this old person talking about? Oh my god, this old person. I'm like, oh my god, don't even with me. Don't even. What's this old person yapping about? And we were talking about internet and like the lack of internet many years ago. Like, y'all hurting my feelings. I mean, like, how do you explain to a bunch of kids that you didn't have internet at your fingertips, even just 20 years ago? I mean, you did a little bit 20 years ago, but you didn't really have it like you do now. Dude, YouTube isn't even 20 years old yet. I think it might turn 20 this year. Like, that's how old or that's how young YouTube is. It's not, like, YouTube can't even drink alcohol. That's how young it is. Yeah, I didn't have internet at all until my senior year. We just didn't have it at home. Yeah, yep. Desktop internet, yep. Yep, that was, and I had a desktop back then, my senior year. Because it, like, well, we technically had one at the house when I was a freshman, sophomore, and junior, but we couldn't really use it because it was connected to the phone line. And because my mom was a real estate agent at the time, she was on call, basically, for certain things. And so, she also, well, there was that one time she was a realtor, and that was the one time she also worked at a daycare center. And so, like, we just weren't allowed to use the internet because she needed to be able to get a phone call to come through. And so we just never used the internet at home. Unless it was, like, super critically important that, like, I had to use it. I used it to write, like, papers and stuff. But yeah, I didn't really use it for anything else. I remember one time I had a birthday party at my house. I'm pretty sure it was my 16th birthday. And my friends came over and they wanted to use the internet, and I had to, like, have them crowd around the computer because, like, that's all we had, and it wasn't very good internet either. I didn't even have a phone back then. I think that was the only time I had my friends over at my house, was that 16th birthday. Yeah, oh my gosh, that's really cool. I was 9 years old in 2000. Just saying. I was 9 years old, Dustin. See, I get to do it. I get to do it now. You know I love you, Dustin. I've actually thought about redrawing that pencil drawing that you have. I actually have thought about redrawing it with Coco's new design as, like, just, like, for funsies. I've actually thought about that a lot, like, going back and redrawing some of my older illustrations as, like, or a lot my older panels or, like, my older pages as, like, standalone illustrations, just, like, for fun. I remember my mom freaking out about the Y2K thing, though. She actually, she, as far as I remember, she did believe it. Because she was worried about it. When, let's see, the year 2000, that would have been, where was I at 9 years old? 2000 was, let's see, I had my 10th birthday in Colorado. I was also 8 in Colorado. So, let's see. 9 years old is what grade? Well, I was a grade early, so... I'm trying to remember where I was. 2000. 2000 would have been when I was in 4th grade. Let's see. 2001, I was in the 5th grade in September. So that would have meant that the previous fall, I was in 4th grade. And in 4th grade, I was also in Ohio. So yeah, I was in Ohio. Yeah, we'd already moved to Ohio at that point. Because 3rd grade was my last year in Colorado. So yeah, 4th would have been in Ohio. Yeah, 4th. Oh yes, I remember. Because that was the year that I started passing out in gym class. That was when we found the Chiari malformation that I have. Because I remember one specific moment. We were out doing our field day. Oh yeah, I very vividly remember 9/11 as well. I was in my 5th grade science class with Mr. Reed, like R-E-E-D. And I remember, like I even remember the classroom. It's like we had, here. It's like, here's our classroom. We actually had a really, really unique classroom set up. So here's the hallway, right? We actually had 4 classrooms. This was my social studies class. This was my English class. And there was a doorway. Like, the door went this way. And then there was another door that led into English. And then there was another door here that led into my math class. And then this door went open. And this was my science class. And I sat, the teacher's desk was right here. The teacher. And then these were windows. And then out here was the playground. There was a bunch of desks kind of sitting here. And you would basically like walk this way. And then you had like a bunch of desks like this. And then here was another door. And there were like computer tables here. And then this was the whiteboard. I was sitting all the way here on the end by the door. And they wheeled in the TV stands, and they played the live TV in front of us 5th graders. I very vividly remember that. I was, only a 5th grader, and I remember that very clearly. And I remember also they had, I was only in elementary school at the time. And I remember they had the school closed for like a week after that. Because like parents were afraid of like, other terroristic stuff, I guess. Dang, that's scary as hell. They told you about it while you were at school? Oh my gosh. Jeez. Man, I guess that's like just as bad as like you know, like wheeling in the TV for a bunch of 5th graders. I also remember the slew of like ultra patriotic like country songs that came out after that. When I say ultra patriotic, I remember like I mean like a little too patriotic. A little overzealous. Remember in junior high the really what? Damn. We had some events and stuff that we talked about in high school. Yeah, there's certain events that happen like in your school years that you just remember really clearly. Wow, jeez. That's really cool though. Like getting to see so much stuff in like real time, I think is really cool. I mean, nowadays everyone's on their phones, so like, you know, something major can happen and like half the school will know about it before you know, teachers even get a chance to turn a TV on now. I try not to pay attention to the news too much anymore. It's just stressful. Stress inducing. I mean, I check it every day, especially for like global comic stuff. So I want to be sure, you know, I'm like, oh, like what's going on? Is there anything important? You know, especially if I'm gonna feature something, I don't want to like feature something on like the wrong day or whatever. No, I think that's actually one of the things that I really miss about the world, honestly, is like when I didn't have a phone and when I didn't have internet, it was really, really easy to just like do stuff and like not get distracted by things. And I didn't care what anyone thought about me as much. Like I felt like I had a lot more emotional freedom. Like I don't like nowadays, like FOMO is a really real thing for a lot of like even adults. Like we feel like we have to be connected all the time, I think, and that affects us. There's also the sort of like echo chamber effect that social media has on people, where you kind of just like you end up surrounding yourself with people who talk like you, and you run into people who don't talk like you, and it can lead into like really big arguments and fights and stuff. So it's just a really stressful thing that people have to deal with nowadays, and some people deal with it better than others, I think. I just realized that the brush thickness that I used over here is a lot thicker than what I used over here. Actually, I think I have a brush that'll fix this. That'll, like, adjust it for me. There's, like, an auto action brush tool thingy that I can use to help adjust all of that. Yeah, same. I think I've only ever shattered my phone once. And when that happened, it was knocked out of my hand. Like, someone bumped into me and knocked it out of my hand. I can't imagine having, like, $1,000 phone, even though I have one right now. But it's a 2020. It's like a 4-year-old phone now. And they're like, you can replace it if you want. And I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm good. It's still working just fine. Like, I know people, like, every year they get a new phone. And I'm like, why? I'm gonna come up here for a little bit, do some drawing up here. I do try to have a really nice functional one, just because, like, I rely on my phone so much for my job. Like, it needs to be working and it needs to be reasonably fast, and operational. But, I mean, generally I don't need, like, a super fancy phone. It just needs to be able to get my job done. But that's why, you know, like, it you know, probably still works. Like, I don't even have, like, the phone, to be honest with y'all, it has no screen protector. It has no, like, tempered glass. And it's fine. And I've had it for 3 or 4 years now. Like, I've never dropped it. Watch, it'll happen next time I'm outside. It was just my car insurance, or not my car, my renter's insurance letting me know it'll go out soon. Nope, the college kids are outside screaming about something. They're literally down the hallway screaming. I don't know what about. It is literally 9 minutes to midnight and they are screaming. Really loud. I'll be so glad when I leave this place. I found an apartment complex that I like, but I can't even apply for another 3 months. God, they are so loud. I want to go like stand out and like record them right now, but I'm leaving in a few months, so I'm not gonna worry too much about it. That's the other thing that I'm hoping to do this weekend is go through my stuff and get rid of a bunch of things. I did that today. I ended up donating two bags of like old clothes and old video games and stuff like that. I do this every year. I clean up in the springtime. And then every time I move, I clean out a bunch of stuff that I don't need anymore. Because, you know, you accumulate stuff as you live somewhere. Like, it sounds like they're standing, like, maybe, like, 20 feet away from my door. And I know that they're not. They're, like, there's just, like, the acoustics in that hallway are absolutely insane. They can literally be so, like, in my apartment complex, we have 2 hallways, right? And, like, along this wall, so, like, here's the elevator. The elevator's right here. Here's the hallway. Right? Here's the hallway. I'm all the way down here. There's a place right next to me. And, like, here's the stairwell. Right? Like, there's at least, in this stretch here, like, there is at least, like, 1, 2... There's 3 more places in here. And there's, like, one here, there's one right across from here, there's one right here, and there's one right here. Like, there's like a lot of apartments, right? They're kind of staggered a bit. So they're kind of staggered. But, like, yeah, like, I can, like, they can be all the way over here, and I can still hear them. It is, like, the acoustics are, like, that crazy in this place. It just, like, it just bounces. And I've had times where, like, the apartment right here, this one, I've had times, like, this is where I think the party is. I'm pretty sure I saw one of, like, the girls that work down in the office. I'm pretty sure she lives here. And, I remember one time I went over to that particular apartment, because it was 4 in the morning, and they woke my, like, they had literally been partying until midnight. And I thought, oh my gosh, like, thank goodness they're finally quiet. And, like, not 10 minutes later, like, I can feel the beat of their music. Like, that's how loud it was, and they were all the way down the hall. And, like, I walked over there, and, like, I knocked on the door, and I'm like, some of us have to wake up in the morning. Like, I understand it's a Friday night, but y'all need to stop. And, like, this girl opens the door, and she's like, we're not that loud. Like, we're not, like, it's not really not that bad. I'm like, I literally can hear you guys laying, like, I can hear your music laying in my bed. That's how loud you guys are. Oh, well, I'm really sorry. I'm like, you should be. Because, like, you're technically, like, I could call the police if I wanted to be a Karen, but I'm not going to, because I believe you're an adult, and you can handle it. Like, now that I've told you that you're keeping me awake when I have to work in the morning, like, can you please not do that? I'm a little bit of a butthole here when it comes to them people making noise at 3 or 4 in the morning. Like, I don't care that you're having a party. I don't care that you're having fun. Like, you need to be cognizant of other people because you're not the only people that exist. So, like, if you wake me up, I can become a little bit of a Karen. I try not to be, you know, because, I mean, that doesn't help anybody. It doesn't help anyone if you act like that. You know, it just makes you look bad. And so, like, I try to be as nice as I can about it. But damn. I was a little bit of a Karen in that moment. I definitely was a little bit of a Karen. Like, I was angry and I was shaking. I was shaking. I was so angry. Because, like, I had literally been listening to their music for hours. Like, and that was the first time they woke me up, was, like, when they started off at midnight, and then they started playing, like, 10 minutes later. And then, like, 3 or 4 a.m., like, it started again. And, like, I had to go back over there and be like, look, like, I asked you guys, like, 3 or 4 hours ago to stop it. You guys literally woke me up again. You know? And so I'm a little bit of a Karen. And that's the main reason why I'm leaving. Is I'm like, you guys cannot even give other human beings the most basic of respect. And respect their time. That's the most basic respect that you can give other people. It's like, treat, like, would you want to be, like, if you had to get up at that early, would you want to be woken up? No? Okay, then don't do it to other people. And I understand, sometimes it's hard to know, oh, sorry, I didn't realize I was being that loud. That's fair. That's reasonable. If they don't experience it, then maybe they just don't know. That's why, like, I try to be nice about it the first time, because maybe they just generally didn't know. It's not a big deal. But, like, if I have to come over here 3 or 4 times, and I have, like, the last 2, like, year and a half that I've lived here, I've had to go over there a couple times. Be like, y'all should know by now. And then the apartment right next to me on the other side, like at the very end of the hall, I'm like second to the end. The house or apartment literally right next to me has had music so loud, stuff has fallen off my wall. Like, that's how loud it's been in the past. And, like, I did become a Karen with that one. I absolutely became a Karen. I was literally trying to sleep. And I knocked on their door, and I don't think I've ever been that angry before. Ever. I don't think I've ever been that angry in my life. Actually, that's a lie. The only other time I've been that upset is when I was telling my mom to go F herself. When she told me that I would never be able to pay her back. And I don't have to pay her back for shit, because I didn't sign a promissory note from her, so I don't owe her anything. And it's not my name. Like, I didn't sign from, like, a promissory note for the Parent Plus loans. Like, she keeps insisting that I did, and when I ask her for the promissory loan, the promissory thing that I signed, she can never show it. She never shows it to me. And so I'm like, I'm not gonna go on, like, what you said I would do when it's something that I never agreed to. Yeah. Like, I think that was the only other time I've been, like, shaking mad. It's really rare that I get that upset about something. Because in general, it's not worth being angry. It really isn't worth it. It spikes your blood pressure, it makes your heart rate feel all gross. In general, it's just not worth it being upset about stuff. So I feel like in general, I'm a pretty reasonable person. In general. I mean, there are people that get my blood boiling who absolutely deserve it, but thankfully they're leaving YouTube, so soon it won't be a problem anymore. Yeah. I've been that angry a few times, but it's quite rare. it's stressful. I feel like I'm gonna have an aneurysm or something when it happens. And also, it's like, this is not worth my energy. This is not worth being angry about. This is not worth my time and my brain cells. I've got better ways to spend my energy. For example, today. Like, today's a really good example. So, like, I'm getting ready to apply for apartments, right? Because I have to move into a new place in August 1st. Either July 1st or August 1st. I need to move in. Actually, it needs to be mid-July. So I'm probably looking at a July 1st move-in just because... So, like, here's the stupid thing. Dustin... So, like, my lease ends on the 25th of July. Even though I moved in on August 11th. I moved in on August 11th. And my move-out date is July 25th. Isn't that stupid? I don't even get the full month. So I'm looking at a July 1st move-in, which means I'm going to be paying double rent in July. Which is going to suck balls. But that's okay, because that's what the deposits are for. I'm just not looking forward to paying my rent twice that month. I've already got the deposits saved. In general, not an exact amount, but I've got, in general, the deposits already saved. So I should be fine. But it's weird having to pay double rent that month. Or unless I want to just camp out at Dad's house for 5 days. And then move in, which I don't really want to do. Because, actually, I won't be able to now that I think about it. Because July 25th, I'm probably going to be in San Diego. Let me see. When is San Diego Comic-Con? Yep, 25th. Yep, I have to move out a day early. Oh, fuck. That means my stepmom has to drop off my keys. So yeah, it probably would be easier for me just to do a July 1st move-in. That probably would just be the easiest thing. That way I'm already moved in by the time I head off to San Diego. Which means July is gonna be a really tight month. Ugh. God, July is gonna suck. Double rent, San Diego costs. Well, that's if I'm going. I probably am going. I'm not gonna assume. Right? Like, the most expensive convention of, like, the entire year is also my move-in month. And move-out month. And the crazy part is, like, the next month, like, August is if I get hit with any, like, you know, like, move-out fees, like, special move-out fees, or, like, I have to fix this fees. It'll be in August, literally the month after. I'm gonna have to, that's why I'm like penny pinching my money. I have a really strict budget that I'm following this year, because I know it's gonna be financially really messed up. I've cut absolutely everything out of my life. Like, every single subscription, every single tiny little thing. Like, I'm getting ready to cut off the people that I support on Twitch. I mean, it's not a lot. It's like $5, but, like, I need to save every penny this year. And it kind of sucks because, like, I've worked really, really hard. And, like, my savings right now is just the moving in deposits. I still have to cough up another month's worth of rent. And, because, like, when I moved in here, I didn't pay any deposits. So there's, like, no deposits to catch anything. So anything that they have to do, now because it's, like, a lot of college kids living here, I'm not sure if, like, what they're gonna hit me with. But, like, I'm anticipating at least $500 after I move out. At least. because they're gonna find something that they want to do, like new paint or new blinds or like something ridiculous. They'll find something, I'm sure. I just expect to be screwed over when I move out. But also because it's like a lot of college kids, maybe they don't worry about it. Maybe they just eat it unless it's like super egregious. Like, I'm not sure what's exactly gonna happen. I mean, I've got my lease documents right here. I thought I had them right here. I'll try to put it in the drawer over there. Yeah, I'm expecting them to screw me over on my on my stuff. Especially since I have a cat, I know they're gonna find something. Cause I didn't pay a pet deposit. Oh yeah, I took photos of everything when I moved in, and I turned on the date so that way when I took the photos, it'd have a date in the corner. And like, here's the really dumb part, Dustin. When I was uploading photos to like, you know, like, it's like when I moved in, they let us upload photos of everything. The problem is now that things have been renovated, the photos are different. Like, everything is different. Because I moved. Like they renovated the place. It's completely different carpeting, completely different flooring, completely different cabinets. Like, I have no proof of a lot of things. And so when they were doing renovations, like, I came in and like I took photos. Because there were some damages from the renovations to the walls. So like when I moved in, like I tried to take photos of everything after I moved back in from the renovations. So I'm hoping that because there were renovations, like they'll give me slack, right? Like major renovations, like brand new countertops, brand new floors, like brand new, like painting, like trimmed paint. Yeah, so like, yeah. I'm kind of fucked. What I should have done is when my new lease started, like I should have taken brand new photos for my new lease. That's what I should have done. But I didn't. So that's why I'm just expecting like $500 or something. And depending on what it is and depending on the amount, I might just pay it rather than take it to court and fight it. Depending on what it is. If it's like $100, fine, whatever, I don't care. If it's like $1,000, then fuck yeah, I'm gonna fight it. I'll take the risk. Because, you know, like, that can backfire on you. This is not a renter-friendly state. This is a landlord-friendly state. If it's that much money, I will fight it. I don't think they would charge me that much. Like, I've read a bunch of the reviews, and none of the reviews talk about that. So, I'm sure they're pretty chill about it. I don't know, maybe they'll treat me different because it's a studio, rather than, like, a collected household of students. Yeah, this person mentioned the fire alarm. So they have the fire alarm that goes off like pretty consistently. It's like, oh, bye, Dustin. Thanks for taking it easy. I'm actually going to be jumping off here because actually, yeah, I just realized I just hit 3 hours. So I'm actually going to jump off. Thank you all so much for coming. I just realized we hit the 3-hour mark. Thanks, Dustin. Have a good time, everyone, and get some good sleep, Dustin. Thank you, everyone, so much for coming. Miso is just being adorable, as always. I appreciate you guys, and thank you so much earlier for the raid. If any of the raiders are still here, I appreciate you all. I will be streaming again, maybe tomorrow. I'll see how I feel. Sort of as like a thank you for hitting 2,400 subscribers tonight. If I don't see you guys tomorrow, I will see you guys on Monday for my next stream. So, take it easy and have a wonderful night. Ciao!